All right, now that you've created your first function, just a reminder, this first function here, hello, is our main driving function. So basically our computer or our program reads this function, just that first one, because it's named the same as our class. But we're going to talk about using some multiple functions as well. So let's go ahead and let's get out of hello function. So you're going to go after that closing function for hello. So make sure you have you're between the first closing curly bracket and you've got two remaining. And usually you will always have two because one closes the class and one closes the package. And we want to be within the class and the package. So let's create a new function. We are going to say public function. Let's call it Happy Kitty. It can be anything you would like. Sometimes it's better if it describes something, but for this example, I'll just call it Happy Kitty. We're having an opening closing paren because it's a function. And we're going to have a curly bracket and we're going to hit return. Now you notice when you do that, it creates a new closing curly bracket for the function you just created. You will notice that on the bottom here, it gives you a warning that says that there's no return value for function. Happy Kitty has no declaration type. So let's go ahead and give it a declaration type. Because Happy Kitty is not our driving function, we have to have some return value. So we're going to actually say it's a void value. So it doesn't really have a return value, or it goes to the default. So I'm going to use colon and the word void. And it should turn kind of like a blue or purple. It'll reload and we shouldn't have any errors. Okay, so now let's go inside my function called Happy Kitty. Oops, I need a opening curly bracket. I am inside of it now. You'll notice I'm still inside the class. And you notice how functions look like little blocks now, or little sections of information. And that's what they are. We're using object-oriented programming, so it makes it more like sections of work or blocks. Okay, so Happy Kitty, I'm going to declare a new variable, var. When you declare a new variable, it can be any letter except for X and Y. And if it's something that's unique to ActionScript, your code will tell you, or when it compiles, you might get an error of some sort. So no worries in that. I am going to use, let's see, a word as my variable. So maybe my text is my new variable. I'm going to attach it to text field. So I use colon and then capital T text field. And I'm saying every time I call upon my variable, my text, it is going to create a new text field. So I need equals new text field, opening, closing paren, and a semicolon. And now let's assign my new variable called my text to some actual text. So my text equals, I'm going to use my last name, quotation marks, Bauman, because that's the text I'm using, closing quotation mark, semicolon. And I'm going to put my text, the word Bauman, I'm going to put it at, let's see, I'm going to put it at, I don't know, the top somewhere. So my text at, or period X, because that's going to be the X location. I'm going to put it at 300 right now. And my text period Y, I'm going to put at 10. And I'm going to add it to my stage. Right now, nothing's happening, so I'm going to add child. Remember, C in child is capitalized. And inside the parens, I use that variable, my text. And then a close paren and a semicolon. Now it should compile. Oops, I forgot. So up at the top where I have my name, I have my variable, my text, but I didn't assign it to the actual library or to the actual language of text to let ActionScript know it's text. So I need period text. There we go. Compiles. And no errors. It looks like there's no errors down here, but it didn't show up. And the reason is this public function hello is my driving function. So that's the only function that my program reads. So in my driving function, I'm going to give myself, some white space here, and I'm going to call upon the new function I just created. So Happy Kitty is a section of code that we created, but it's not being called upon yet. It's just sitting in the corner. I think of this as like students in a class. The public function is the main driving function, and it's waiting to call upon other functions to do stuff. So Happy Kitty is like a student in the corner, and hello needs to call upon it. So I'm going to type in Happy Kitty, spelled the same way as I spelled it here, opening and closing paren, semicolon, and now it calls upon it. So our program, this is how our program runs. It first says, creates the class, and again, remember, our first function is our driving function, and I know it's my driving function because it's named the same as my class. So public function hello, named the same as my class. This is my driving function. And when it runs, when my computer runs or my program runs, it goes to this driving function hello. It reads the line 8, says, hey, I'm declaring a variable t. It's going to be a text field. I'm going to assign it to some text called hello world. I'm going to put it at 200, 200. I'm going to add that text hello world to the stage. So it does that. And then it goes and it says, I now need to find Happy Kitty function and do whatever Happy Kitty function tells me to do. So it drops down to Happy Kitty function or looks for Happy Kitty function. And then it says, what does Happy Kitty function want me to do? It wants me to declare a new variable called my text. It's going to be in a text field. When I call upon my variable, my text, it's going to be text, and it's going to assign the text Bauman to it. It's going to be located at 310, and I'm going to add it to my stage. And there's Bauman. Perfect. Now we can add color to our text. So let's go here, and I'm going to do that before I add Bauman to the stage. So I have to do it before add child. I'm going to add some color. So I'm going to call upon my variable, my text, and I'm going to assign it some text color. So I need to do period text color with a capital COLOR equals, I need a 0x, and then I need to find some color. So I'm going to go to my tab here and look for my color picker, and I'm going to find a color here. And I'm looking for hex code. So you can do a Google search for hex codes, and I'm going to grab this hex code right here. I don't need the hashtag, I just need the 6-digit or 6-character code. I'm going to hit Command C. And after that 0x, I'm going to hit Command V to paste and a semicolon. It's going to compile, run, and now you'll notice Bauman is purple. So again, hello function runs, it creates hello world, and then it calls upon Happy Kitty function. So it jumps down to Happy Kitty. it says, hey, we're going to create some text called Bauman. It's going to be at 310. And now it's also going to be assigned a color. And I'm going to add it to my screen. We can also make Hello World a color. So if I go way up here, Hello World, remember, is assigned to the variable t. So I have to go above add child t. I'm going to call upon the variable t because that has to do with Hello World. T, period, text, color, equals 0x. I'm going to find a new color. Let's do green, lime. I'm going to copy that 6-character code, Command C or Control C. Command V to paste, semicolon. It's now going to compile and run. And now Hello World is that lime green color. If I want to move these around, again, remember your stage is 400 by 400. If I want Bauman to be at the far corner here, I could make it 0, 0. I'll now compile, run, and that's at 0, 0. And if I want Hello World to be over at the top right corner, I would go to wherever Hello World variable is and make it 400, 0.